having a shame. You feel fucking awesome and shit in visions, like you're happy and everything.
Yeah,
I thought you were like more of a kid and shit. You come like just hopping in a vision right by my mom and dad's house.
Well,
I'm
it's
like,
probably,
was that just fucking Travis?
well, it's probably because I like to help, and hopefully I appear to you as a helpful figure in their state. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I mean. Like, your brain has a profile of me, and then in these states, maybe a thing that
like,
comes to you as me, so that whatever I'm saying, you know, is you can trust because you trust me.
I'm trying.
But that's what I mean. Like, so if you do, I'm saying that's why. Like, if, like as in dream interpretation. If that was a dream, that's how I would interpret.
I don't know. I don't remember if I dream or not. I don't fucking remember anything at night. And if I did, you know, they do this little fucking voice on the outside and like a spiritual flying from one ear and out the other, and I can get really tired and nod in and out. Whether I'm even on meth or Adderall, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, because that was happening at the
and like I said, these states are states you can be in without the drug. The drug just puts you there faster, easier, and keeps it there. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like drugs are doing something all the time you can't
I don't know,
do
but
without
it was abusive there for a little bit, so I used meth, and I used Adderall, and I just put the headphones on, and I sang, like, anything.
Right.
You know? And I just hung out with you, Shane, and Jesus, who is Ryan Marks. But you thought you were Lucifer, so Shane writes down, like, Lucifer,
well, a guy
called you Samsonite, like, through my hand. That was a vision thing,
a guy
paper
that I
gave
tripped with
you.
said I was Lucifer, technically.
Dude,
my name just happens to be Travis Taylor
I thought Mike, my dad,
which is
was
666. And I
you
used
should
to
see
joke
me,
about it a lot.
You should see you, Shane, and Ryan trying to figure out who's King David when I'm trying to figure out who's Michael Gabriel. And my kids can form
like
7-year-old to 17-year-old.
Okay, there's a guy named Philip K. Dick. He used to like to do a lot of like speed and shit. And he had a vision where Christ is being crucified, like the crucifixion is just happened. And the deceiver is a creature that can alter our perception of time. So all of us are the people who are alive in the book of Acts, and that Christ's second coming is actually his first resurrection, and that we experience time as different.
He came back in 55 days after dying.
No, I'm saying that's an illusion,
Acts,
that's a
right?
lie, and that... I'm just saying this guy on Speed had this vision.
You know what got, like...
He has this whole exegesis thing, like theory of, like, reality, where God is a male and female in a womb, and the female leaves early, and she dies in, like, the primordial space, and the male twin is real sad about it, so he goes into the space after a time and either takes her pieces or her memory and creates a reality where she does exist, but it's by splitting himself in half, so he's less of a thing, but he gets to have her.
I don't get the womb
or like
thing,
a memory of her.
But I get like, I'm in the middle of something, and my whole fucking mind.
We're trying to build a copy without an original.
Not without doing meth for a little bit, okay?
I'm just saying in theory. Yeah.
They call it a mind swipe. And what it is when I'm thinking, I can't ponder right now. Like I could, but it's all repetitive. It's something that I've already learned. I cannot think beyond what I already know.
Right. No,
Yeah,
you're bound by your brain. You're bound by your memories.
But it's not my fucking fault that this shit's like they took it all in my whole fucking life. It's the memory thing. I get that.
That's what this is. That's
Unless you're fucking taking it.
No, that's what the Invisible's all about. Is that you're in a suit, a time suit. That's named. What's your name? Say your full name. All three names.
Janelle Workman. Mine?
Yeah, Janelle Workman. Okay. You're in that time suit that has a beginning, a birth, and an end, a death. And
but
think
there's
of it like, it's built, it exists, and you.
We don't get just one birth.
No, listen, you came from outside of time.
Jesus didn't.
And you entered this suit. You entered it within time. It doesn't matter. You entered this suit, and now you're experiencing it at a certain
like how you
point.
prophesize, you have to know when to be able to be born for something not to catch you.
Hold on.
You know what I mean?
Not to catch.
No, I don't know. And for you not to run into somebody, I don't know.
I'm trying to show a picture to explain what I'm saying.
I don't got too many words. I'm exhausted.
Yeah, words are stupid. There. See how she goes on forever? That's her hand moving up and down. Imagine that going back through time. And it
yeah,
going
but that's
forward.
how many visions that I can close at once.
But I'm
they
saying,
all, you know the
because you exist.
you know the game Guess Who?
You're just slices. Here. Me moving around the room. I'm still in that part of the room. We're just consciously moving through time, so
Yes.
we don't see that physical part of us anymore. So the whole world is an earthworm, literal worm, human worm, of all of us tentacles moving around the planet,
What,
conjoining,
we get pieces
fucking,
cut off
and
we grow
splitting.
again.
Oh yeah, we have kids. That's like a split. So they split.
Lineage.
Yeah. So we combine, morph, split, and that continues all over the planet. The planet moves through space, so that Earth band of worms is being pulled through space, making a band of like muscle or brain matter that goes through space that creates a form.
Yeah, but they hold my head where I can't ponder it.
That's what I mean. It's just creating a body. The image is the same. So it's whatever part of the body we are, we're creating a body.
Don't, like, if you're so advanced, don't you just have to think about it and it happens eventually?
Well, that's the idea, is yeah, eventually. But in 3D,
It takes a huge dive. It takes a
because
huge meditation.
okay, so here, the thought begins here, gets more and more put into words and theories that you can understand until it gets to here, and then it falls into your head. You can grab it from this purpley area. But up here, it's hard to grasp.
What happens when they... Maybe I shouldn't worry about it, because I know I'm going to be healed.
This is the super...
When they start taking my knowledge from when I'm a kid, and they take all the memory and my knowledge, and they start to use it. But, like, to close the vision down, like, you know the game Guess
Muscle
Who?
memory. It's like you might not remember why you feel something, but you feel something.
You know the game Guess Who, and it goes... Shh. You know,
Right.
When I find a certain subject and the vision's on that subject, I can close it. And it just, all the visions will go all around. And that's all I have to say right now. That happens, but they're like light blue, and then there's red, like red's authority. You have like a blue that's healing, and green's creation, orange yourself. I'm trying to learn. But, like, they're all through instincts. I can only feel. That's it.
Right.
That's
how most, like,
that's what Jay calls
girls
me, feel.
do it, is you feel. This type of pattern is for, like analytical thought. Like, for people that can't imagine a spiritual world, you kind of graph it out mathematically. And like symbolically.
In the position
it's
that
like
I'm
symbols,
in,
you know.
I'm supposed to be held back. Like, I'm supposed to know and
that's
just
the
use
whole idea.
what...
Like, the first thing God does is limit himself in creation. Otherwise, it would just be fucking... There's nothing to it.
You can know... What is it? You can eat from the knowledge, or eat from the fruit, the tree of the or the knowledge of good and evil. Like, if you know everything God knows, you bear the fruit of the knowledge of good and evil. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, that's what they said.
But when I know how to respect and disrespect if I want to, I know that aspect, but I don't know everything. But I do know everything, and I'm not letting it out. You know what I mean? And I know you fucking know everything. Chill, I don't know if you're building something new or not.
I'm adding the old stuff. Trying to add the old stuff.
I tried to tell my dad yesterday that Jay told me that he had a fishing reel and he would reel up my visions and minds because of all the fucking freaks of blasphemers that would go in and out of visions, fucking stealing food and possessions because they were lazy not to build their fucking own.
Yeah. You gotta
That's what I'm stuck in.
Right. And that's why I'm telling you, you gotta find something to do, because you'll end up becoming the thing you don't like.
I still don't see why I have to quit like...
You don't have to quit forever. The thing I'm saying is you have to gain control. I might have to quit forever, but you don't.
You know what? That's why I bitch at everybody to back the fuck off of me and let me do shit.
That's why I was saying rehab would have been great for you, because that would have been a perfect...
I've been there before, it's boring.
No, it would have been a perfect time limit to see, because that dude that's telling you, oh, wait 2 weeks to see how you settle out. I don't think you need to settle out.
I was gone for a month.
Yeah, you underestimate how powerful...
Yeah, but I know about self-medicating.
How long it takes to heal yourself.
Like, I know about not entertaining the thought of using and finding something to do, like you're trying and everything, but I'm stuck in the same thing, like,
That's what I mean, being around here is bad. That's what I'm.
But this
I'm not
keeps
saying
me. I know I cried
you
earlier, but
can't.
this keeps me going in a little bit of a numbness with the Adderall, with all the stupid adulterous shit that I'm doing or going through in the visions,
Yeah.
where I don't want to quit.
No, I know. My whole stance is drugs are awesome. Don't ever quit. Why
But I
would
feel
you?
sober sometimes during it, even on a day with Adderall. I'm not saying meth.
Well, no, because.
But I'm
you
just
do
saying,
it
like, if
so
I'm in a
much.
good mood, I might be hyped up because I'm talking about shit that's really happening. So I'm passionate about myself. I need fucking help
you
and
just gotta
advice.
find something to put that energy into. Because all theory, no practice leads to no life. I've lived that life for a long time, and there's nothing to show for years of you don't remember what.
Well, there's like photograph memory will just pop up, and I can see with my eyes open now. I was only able to see
you
with
have
my
the
eyes
memories,
closed.
but that doesn't do sort of good.
No, not of
in
like
the
a
real world.
Flamera jump. Like I have, I don't know how many you have. There's one, two. Well, one, there's a heart and a heart, Jay's heart, my heart, and then there was another one, but this one kind of dropped off. I don't know what, it just like fucking went away, and it's well, I thought it was actually like the gate of hell closing, and what's down there stays down there. But once you die, if you didn't pass the judgment to stay in the heavens, in our hearts, you don't have a heart, you're fucked. You can be abused and have a heart, like you're still, like my parents are still trying, they buy me stuff, and they try, not every day we fight, but then my mom has this huge mental thing, and it's like, she's disgusted, she can't take it, and here goes Ginger, and she picks that I'm on a fucking drug, and get the fuck out!
Well, yeah,
Get the fuck out!
That's why I was bringing up about you projecting, only because she does the same thing. You guys are in it's like a bad.
I'm out, but I know about a lot of what my dad, like I tried to tell my mom, like I went in my room, I'm like, why is my mom the only one I can't see in visions? She's not spiritually dead, but she must have got really, she must not be getting in the way, or, oh, I know what it is, but I've been through the same fucking thing, it's what she went through younger. But you and Shane, I didn't think got touched in visions. You can walk through the lake of fire, or the vision through it. They still get burned in their visions after the ashes part. I'm trying to talk the way that you presented it to me.
I understand what you're saying.
So like Shane sits at this door, and I don't know where you are. Yeah. Like you just pop up sometimes, and I don't forget about you or anything. You're just working, and then Shane will be at the door like an elevator, you know, and if he probably holds it with his mind, like I can hold the whole room of blasphemy, let it go, and all the rivers will flow down, like you say, right? I've learned to do that, and I started in my room at my mom's house, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. And if I take a hold of something, I can shake it in spirit, and I can shake and let that river flow again. Like something, like this table, and my arm will show solid black. Like I know I see my arm, but I can see like the black inside. You know, like black as night. Yeah. And like, I'm trying to think. This white book, if you look at it, and I would shake it, the rivers would flow down, and it would turn black like me. All right? Right. Okay, so that means whatever had to go down went down, and you dealt with it, and Shane dealt with it, and my dad would help disconnect heads from each other, like the 7 blasphemy-headed beasts. You know what I mean? It would get into my mind, or Jay's mind, maybe you and Shane. As far as I know, I thought you and Shane had the shit off of you. If you're getting off drugs, and Shane's always smiling, I think he's okay. And they just swiped me. I just lost my train of thought.
Alright, well that might be, that's what I was saying about an SBA.
But, like it was cool. Like I would see, like my dad form into, like you said, they put a thought in my head and they would try to form into me. I know that fucking happens. It's like a little vision possession, you know?
Yeah, that's how the young, and then
but my dad does it a certain way where he goes in and does the same thing, says the fucking prayer and gets out and everything's okay. My mom's always, oh, that's why I don't see him. but I thought they were done.
Well, yeah,
But when they got done,
Yeah.
my mom's getting more hurt, or maybe it's the same cycle she's in, and my dad just kind of stared off for the first time yesterday. I don't know, if you pray for them, but I know it's like our family,
Right.
you know? Your mom, I've heard your mom too. Your mom's very important to Jay, and you know, there's a reason. And then I talked to Mikey for the first fucking time in
that's cool.
over 20 years. I haven't hung out with him. And I always like to think that I didn't because I was on drugs, but I don't even think that was it. I was just grounded in my room 24/7, but when I got out, I went with Amber. She was my saving grace. Or my Aunt Kathy. And then she passed away. I looked at a lot of deaths in my life. I wrote, Jay told me to put it on a piece of paper, and I did, and I had my mom pray. She'll do it in spirit, if not human. I don't care if I get 3 or 2, I have to get this shit done. Whatever comes to mind, I have to say it. But it sucks because then my kids get pushed aside in human form, but in visions, they can't even come close because of the blasphemy. Like, if Kenneth would come close, I'd be tempted to talk to him. They can force me to have the conversation, but Kenneth will come close, and then I'll say, I'll just picture him as a beast, and he'll look like a dog-like figure, though. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, I know some of them have horns, you know, and, but anyway, that's just to show that they're a blasphemer. It's a wrong vision. It's not Kenneth, but they never have, you know. I've seen your head open. I've seen Kenneth's head open, and don't worry, they know that. But I have also heard Kenneth's dad torturing Kenneth in his head, saying, if you don't yell and scream to go to Sheets, then I'm going to stick something up whatever, you know. And I went, man, that's why I fucking hate Chris, and I don't talk to him, and I want him dead. He's a jerk. I know. He must be an extreme blasphemy, like, covered him and he can't control it. Like, one day he did a shitty grin, and it's like, yeah, like that. You just did it from a vision and looked just like him. And I know it's probably a prayer or something, but it's like the whole spirit that used to possess him just came out and just said, just smiled at me. But anyway, there's something with Kenneth real quick. So then all of a sudden Kenneth goes, I want a sussy from Sheets. I'm like, I know it's not just bound to my mind then. If we're agreeing on some of it, and Kenneth did that, but I don't know. That's why I think all my kids are very intelligent, and I don't know. I've heard Scott, I've heard Deb, and I know that I'm close, but I'm not really close to you, so I don't know. It must be a past thing. But I believe it all. I really do. And some days it makes me crazy, but some days I laugh all day long. And I don't know. Earlier I thought that a beast had more than one beast in him again. Like, they're able to grow it in visions. Like, they always thought they could, but they're fucking idiots. They have a head here in their eyes. They might have, like, here. They have 3. Like, one here, they talk it, and they have it down here. And that's where their prayers lies or whatever. And I've told Jay, I was like, he is connected to my musical spirit, to my just general sound, you know, hello, or like if he can make, like if my stomach growls, he can make a word out of it, you know. Yeah, but I didn't even get to do that shit yet. And it's not Jay, it's the blasphemers in the lake of fire. So what do? I just think, burn, and it's warm in my tummy. You've already been in the den in the head and probably have started disconnecting and pulling plugs. I don't know. You do a lot of work in there. But you have even told me our head lies to you. Holy shit, since you said that, I'm able to even more separate my thoughts from their thoughts. And Jay are like, are we ever actually going to have a full conversation without them interrupting? But it feels like us, but it's not us. We've gotten that good. Poke me one more fucking time. That's all I want to say, but it just makes it worse. But I've called him a retard-undo Like like if you know better, which they do, but they do the same stupid shit. I heard one like scream the other night because he touched something like a computer, and his whole fucking body and the vision just burnt, and he went. So I never heard that one. Well, there was a girl that would scream, and then creation would form more snakes. Yeah, I've seen a lot of shit. It was on meth. That doesn't mean I hallucinated, though. I think I just was able to see spirit to spirit with my naked eye, you know? And plus, when I'm doing the ice and the meth, I'm missing the methyl high. Just so you know.
Yeah, I don't know.
There is that part where you first take the hit of meth. Maybe it's not the methyl high, but it's like sometimes you can want to have sex with it. With that first initial meth hit, I don't get that. I don't know why.
I only ever put it under my tongue.
I snorted it. I like it better snorted. I don't like smoking it. But I don't know. Maybe that's... And I have it in my head there's something left down there. And you said there's not. And... I don't know.
I'm just saying
I have
that when
patience.
you do drugs, just do them, enjoy them, but don't try to use them for something they're not meant for. Like, you don't take a hammer to fix a window. You know what I mean? Just
Well, if you're really hot, you could fix the fucking window.
with a hammer?
Yeah, you could break it if you're hot. I'm kidding.
Yeah, you can break it with a hammer if you want it. But you can, like, get a flathead wrench and pop it open without breaking it. You know what I mean? Like, drugs, there's lots of drugs.
Are you working on reflection, too?
Reflection?
Yeah.
I'm working on my...
Reflections. You have your mirrors out.
Yeah. I always have mirrors.
There goes my side again. Dude, I know I'm more healthier than have fucking hepatitis C
I'm the only
flares.
friend I got, and if I put mirrors up, I have more friends.
You don't want that. Kidding. I'm not kidding. Like, you as Nate and Shane and Ryan, Jesus has, like, held me through, I call it schizophrenia-ville. Because that's what everybody calls it on Earth when there's an angel and demon fight. We're the angels, and they're the demons. There might be a few that I say, but I don't fucking think though. They trick me all the time. Walking on the way to the dollar store yesterday, and I thought I found a good angel. But it's the same fucking setup, the same feeling. He just has a fake thing. Action? Word?
I don't know.
Well, I know that if I pray upon him sometimes, I have to pray alive for it to happen, but I can't fucking do that. But I can switch it and say, you're only allowed to lie in Jesus Christ's name now. Now I can say, I pray you die, and hopefully he dies in all the visions. He was a tough one to fucking... It was actually alright to fight. But I thought he was Ryan, too. Ryan Marks. Yeah. I fought my own fucking self. Like, Jesus and I, as Ryan, are really close. But I thought I lost Ryan, but I'd still fucking fight for him. Because as, like, even though it's not Ryan, like, Jay has a prayer not to have it so evil on me. Or I'd probably get boils and fucking so much pain. I felt the sword or something in my side wherever they decided to fucking put their hand in my side and twist some shit. That was over a year and a half, or a year ago. I don't know. That was cool to get out. I haven't done anything all day but fucking talk 100 miles an hour. That's what it is. Like, I walk around, though, and I talk to you and visions
Well, that's
and
what I was
Shane.
saying, writing will be good for you because
Oh, I have started that. I just didn't do
it's
it
like
today.
that part of your brain that puts
Mikey
things into
connected
words.
to me, too, my little brother, and during the phone call, he said, I know, Jen, I pray.
Yeah.
I prayed for it, and then he was... Cool.
It's a process.
I thought Maynard passed away.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, COVID.
Hmm?
He had COVID, but he didn't die.
And I also thought someone told me he's been sober his whole life, and I said I thought that he wrote a song that it would be hard as hell to be sober in his life.
He says,
he didn't think he'd ever be.
He made a song called Sober with Total, but he drinks, he has a wine, he makes wine.
He makes wine. I knew a guy that made wine.
But I don't think he ever did heroin, like,
That's what I thought he was on.
No, yeah, I think, like, one of the members, well, maybe one or two of them in the band, but, like, the bassist that was in the band during then isn't even in it anymore, so I think that guy did it, and maybe the guitarist.
I heard that, okay, so maybe it's crossing paths, like, he didn't do heroin, but Maynard wasn't perfect, he did shit.
Yeah.
And then his buddy was the one that thinks that he can't ever be sober or catch a break on what he's doing. I get breaks, but I run out of shit.
Wrote the song, Why Can We Not Be Sober?
There we go. I thought since he wrote it and sung it that it was him.
Well, it's about everybody.
But that's the perception you're supposed to get, right? You're supposed to think that...
Well, no, it's you. The songs are you. Sometimes point of view.
That somebody somewhere wasn't able to get sober.
All of us.
Yeah, but when I'm with, like, Jay, or I'm hanging out, like, sometimes I'm dancing, like, I feel sober, but just really, really, really fucking happy.
It's not about the
like, the Adderall, like, it can make me really, really, really... Smiling, pissed off, it's just emotions.
Yeah,
like, I really...
That's the thing, is that you don't need drugs to have emotions, though. That's why they're bad.
I just don't feel the high, though. But it's
you do. That's why you're going back to it. There'd be no reason to do it.
I did yesterday.
There would be no reason to do it if you didn't feel good from it. You wouldn't want to do it.
Yeah. Not making sense. I felt it yesterday. I just didn't. Like, I haven't even smoked a cigarette for a long time.
You're talking about being whacked on stuff, but that's not the same thing as being on something.
You know, I've taken acid and haven't tripped or hallucinated. I don't think so. Well, I saw the tree turn into, like, a demonic, like, the leaves looking demonic, but that's just, like...
Yeah, but these are misnomers. This is what I mean.
But I never seen colors or anything.
That's what I mean. That's a misnomer.
Not until now.
Eating drugs don't make you see things. Your brain makes you see things. So any drug can make you have any experience. Certain drugs are prone to make you have certain experiences more.
I always seem to be by myself.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no, honestly, like, every time I do something, I seem to be cleaning and by myself.
Well, yeah, you plan it to be that way.
Yeah, just to get shit done, though. Like, with the opiates in my life.
That's what I'm saying, though. This is the lie.
But I like the high. It just ended up being, I like the high, and then throughout life, while I was high, I just cleaned and fucking cooked and took care of everybody.
Well, you clean and cook when you're high because you say that you're getting high so that you can clean and cook.
Adderall, I gotta say, I'm a little more messier, and I'm okay with that, you know.
Well, you need to get to the point where you're doing
I need to find, like, a place.
Because you want to do the drug, and then get to the point where you get off of the drug because you're done doing the drug. As long as you're taking a drug to live life, you're never going to be able to live life. You're always just going to be doing the drug. No matter what drug it is, the drug can change. It don't matter. It'll just always be something.
Well, I have said for the past 10 years, when this topic comes up, love is my drug. I like to love people, not on a drug. I'm not like that.
Well,
but
if love was your drug, you wouldn't need to go get any other drug. That's another lie.
Like, I know I can be happy without using a drug is what I'm saying. When I feel like...
Then why do you use it?
I get, like, anxious the next day and anxiety, or I just want to. It's mixed up, dude. There's all kinds of fucking reasons.
You have to be honest with yourself first.
And I am being honest.
I
care and I just don't care. Like, I care about the meth, because say I do meth and then Kenneth comes over and I'm, like, half out of it or something, and I'm not around them. I noticed that around Christmas.
That's what I said.
But it's also the spiritual battle, too. But what happened around Christmas, I get your point, to try to get off fucking the meth and the drugs and shit. But Like even now, my side hurts. I'm gonna get back. That's not why I take it.
Bash the devil's food and told how awful goodness is. And told how awful goodness is.
I didn't, like, I heard you say today you heard some kind of alarm. And it kept you up late?
No, my cousin's alarm at 4 this morning.
Yeah, it kept going off, but I didn't want, like, I didn't want to turn it off or, like...
No, it's his alarm. It goes off all the time.
Yeah, I figured, like, he does it his certain way.
Well, he goes to work. That's why it's just...
I'm really shocked.
I know what it's like to live with a bunch of people and it fucks your shit up. Because I do.
I heard that earlier, and I meant to come in and ask you about what you went through.
Yeah, I'm fine.
And then...
I was just...
Oh, the phone. The phone came up.
Yeah.
After, a little bit after that. Well, I meant to get a cigarette, and I just went in, turned the light on. That Pepsi's still in? That empty can?
Huh?
The empty can of Pepsi. I wondered if I took it downstairs.
Oh, I might have one. You smoking a cigarette?
Yeah, do you smoke?
No.
Sometimes?
I can open a window though.
I mean, I'm gonna go out for some air real quick.
Oh, okay. Oh shit, guys. Wanted to try to explain how somebody's having visions of me the past year. It always sounds crazy. It still does, I guess. Probably couldn't see anything. Oh well. Lighten up, Francis.